Everyone's too paranoid, and they're just gonna, ban every map they can get. But here we go. Looks like we are gonna be going live here. Summoner.
He's back again.
He's back
get rid
again. He's just hovering around here. Pistol rounds live, and Risky Gaming, I think they did win the knife round, and they will be starting on the CD side. A kit on Nami, a Molotov on Carrybob. Just spread across, just Breaker in the inner side, and MVP.karnal, they're just taking this really slow, not going for any hasty push out into outer yard. It looks like they're going to be trying for perhaps a late pop dog play, or maybe slowly crawling into the inner bomb side.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if they do manage to pick up Breaker at all, considering they've got that molly on A-cap, maybe looking towards that B plant, molly off the doorway, hit it in, but there's plenty of options with mollies. If you put that time in, you can find a hell of a lot of use for them. And even have one on Carrybob as well. So kind of curious how that goes, but Eamon's going to have to break through first and foremostly if they do want to hit that B site. And now a couple more players are considering, and even Carrybob coming over. But this could all be an elaborate ruse at this point. It's still very early in this round, and have to see where MVP actually take this now.
Is below down in pop dog trying to spot a man out, but MVP.karnal looks like they're going to be making this play like you predicted. They do have the Molotov on Archap, and well, the smoke should be getting used anytime right now. They should be charging out here. They do have 1 man inside the side. It's going to be Breaker, but he's going to come up big here. He's tapping away through the smoke. Not going to find anyone, however. Bomb should get planted here, and it's going to be a 5v5 post-plant scenario.
Yeah, looks like Risky is just going to play straight in for that retake. They do have the defuse kill on Nami, so keep your eyes on him as to how he plays this. But on the side, it's Breaker, the man who was on B originally, actually coming in with the first kill. And now who else can follow up? K's already holding it down. There's the molly we were waiting to see coming into play. That will hinder the defuse coming through. Straight away putting it down. That's early.
Very early, but it is burning the man alive. He's gonna fall there, and the triple kill. What is that? As Archap and Izzet are just gonna decimate that retake from Risky Gaming, and just like that, MVP.karnal 1-0 up.
It just seems that Risky Gaming had a real lack of communication on that bomb then. Like, you see the molly in there, okay, sure, it may hinder the plant, or the diffuse, excuse me, but that was a real shambles. So MVP.karnal now obviously up, feeling relatively confident. You've got 4 SMGs coming out, even the P90 coming through as well. Join with those mollies and the rifle.
I mean, nowadays it's kind of expected. I mean, it's a very common strat for most C-sides on train to go for the molly play in a bomb side on a CD pistol. Sorry, on a pistol round. So I'm a little surprised, Risky Gaming would just not go and try to get that guy on top there. Just stick to defuse when they had 2 men still alive. So little iffy play coming up from Risky Gaming. They are anyways going to go for the force buy here. Swag 7 and Havoc, and the rest of them pistol armor.
Yeah, Breaker switching up with Carrybob there. Carrybob on that solo site right now on B pretty much by himself. But Havoc could actually live up to that name if any of these MVP.karnal players do decide going down. You can hear that Mag 7 going off, but doesn't really get the damage done, and already those Mag 10s coming in.
K's getting the opening pick here on Breaker. And let's talk a little bit about the teams here. Risky Gaming and MVP.karnal. This is a very interesting thing. I feel Risky Gaming had the easiest route to IEM Taipei. They had to play the West Asian qualifiers, which basically included Indian teams and Pakistani teams, mostly teams from the Middle East, where they basically strolled through the competition. They had no competition whatsoever. They looked really strong. But then again, the West Asian scene isn't exactly the strongest Asian scene, so to speak. And for MVP.karnal, well, they had the toughest route here. And meanwhile, in the inner bomb site, what is happening here? Triple kill coming in from Risky Gaming. They're going to drop almost all of them. 1 man left alive. K's on 9 points of health. 1v3. This looks impossible for him.
Beast play from Carrybob then, literally just smashing these guys down. Now, K's in real trouble. That Deagle can just pretty much hit anywhere, and he's done for now. 12 seconds left, bomb nowhere near to hand. I think it's time to almost consider just saving that armor in the Mag 10 almost, and maybe look for an exit at absolute best, because that round fell to complete shambles as soon as they made the play towards B.
I really feel MVP could have played that a little better. They just kind of tried to sort of semi-burst out into the side, not using many of the resources, just trying to rely on their aim. Yeah, sure, they got great aim. I mean, but really, Risky Gaming, they weren't that shabby against Cyberzen. Yes, they lost 16-10. It never looked like Cyberzen, were really in any danger of giving that map away to Risky Gaming. But, I really feel MVP.karnal shouldn't be too hasty, get ahead of themselves.
Well, I think it is having to keep in mind that, these guys, you haven't seen that much of them as maybe they'd like. MVP.karnal, there's a level you want to hit between being cocky and being confident. And right now, the 1-for-1 trade coming out, but the T side are starting to hit that A side. And actually, it's paying off well.
You know what? Who needs guns? Who needs guns anyways? It's CS.
Pistols
work. And again, they're bringing it back. Carrybob doing huge work here. Eamon, and 4 points of health. Should be 2-1 here to Risky Gaming.
And that bomb is almost just so far away. It could be on another map for all it matters right now to Eamon. There we go. Carry Bob closes it down, and so far Carry Bob's been absolutely fantastic, to be fair. B site locked down fantastically with 2-3 then. And he seems to be kind of reading this MVP side pretty well. But then again, this is T-side terrain. It is incredibly hard. It's certainly not something I expected to see in this tournament flat out. So let alone during an elimination game, this is an incredibly tough one to ever turn around. So for MVP, I think, as we said earlier, staying humble is going to be absolutely vital to these guys and not being too over-aggressive, not taking things for granted.
Indeed. I mean, they went through the Southeast Asian qualifiers, had to face off the likes of the ex-Sky Red team from Vietnam, quite a few other great teams from Singapore, NXL from Indonesia and whatnot. I mean, they had the toughest path here, and if they choke here, this would be the worst thing for them. Here they come charging. They got the first frag, though. 1-for-1 trades with a full eco round. All they're looking for right now is just to get the bomb down.
Nice clip management then as well, coming out from Carry Bob, making sure he retained at least 10 bullets in the clip then, just in case anyone else would dare go through that smoke. But just as though the rest of the T-side fancy their chances through Pop and out through A on main. And there we go, Risky. Pretty much Risky Gaming as a whole, keeping relatively good hold of that round. So now, rifles all in play, they can drop that out. Nami now picking up the AWP. I'm really curious because, excuse me, Kaze was outstanding. He was like, the man when we saw him play, hitting a hell of a lot with that AWP and making some big differences earlier on. And Nami, maybe not to that extent, but I'm kind of curious. Obviously, CT side on this, you're going to have a bit of a chance to really put it into practice, but this is going to be a big duel going down.
Indeed. The thing with Risky Gaming is Risky Gaming is Nami, Havoc, Breaker. Breaker especially is pretty good. Opera, Havoc. Oh,
not so good with the mollies.
Not so good with the mollies. So they do have some pretty good, decent operas in the team. Multiple operas. Anyone can just pick up the op and try the luck with it. But Kaze is a different level altogether, at least in Southeast Asia with the op. He's pretty much a hard carry for the team, and especially on the T side. That's why I love watching Kaze op. Is generally, even if you look at Savage, for example, for Cyberzet, probably by far the best opera here, today. I mean, of course, I'm sure Yam and a couple of other guys might want to contest that fact, but I think Savage is, perhaps the best opera right now. But Kaze, just the sheer aggression he showcases with the op, especially in a map like Drain, it's going to be tough for Nami. And Kaze, no armor whatsoever. He's just going to go for the glass cannon. Let's see if he's going to be able to land anything with that.
Yeah, Nami's just going to have to go with the ebb and flow of this one. Already getting getting a good tag there as well, down by Ivy, I'm pretty sure. And you're going to see that switch up. And now Nami and Kaze are pretty much staring each other down on that side of things. But this is the Pop kind of pinch coming in. And actually, Zeva's come out with a little bit of a trade perfectly towards that one now. Breaker right in between it. If he gets in the right place at the right time, this could be huge. But, oh my God, no one checked it. He's been allowed to get away with this. Breaker in a perfect spot. Now just 2 left standing.
And, well, MVP.karnal, what are they doing? They're just not playing like how they played earlier against Chiefs. Meanwhile, they still bring it back, but Kaze now alone, 1v3. Gets a first kill, but it's going to be Nami who's going to come out on top as Risky Gaming make it 4-1. And, well, you just heard what our dear analyst desk said earlier when we asked for the prediction. They're like, MVP.karnal easy. But right now, Risky, well, they're surprising me a bit right now, to be very honest.
They're holding up. But I think you pointed out something really important, though. MVP aren't playing like they did before. There's very, they had some aggressive rounds, but it is sloppy. Yeah. It really is. They didn't check anyone pushed up towards A, and we've been seeing the Risky had been playing Breaker really close towards A as well, and he once again was able to get away with that. But here we go. MVP going back in on kind of a couple of smokes here, actually creating this wall and trying to get that bomb in as much as possible. And KitKat is going to have to go and do the dirty work here, but it's Havoc to find it. And now the trades are coming out. Gun is recovered. It's getting dangerous now for the CT side. Bombs planted, and actually the T side have 3 players alive. Make it 2 as Breaker finally comes in with a P90, and he's right around the back here, and he does not expect Kaze on the swing out there.
Kaze picking up a very important frag. Look at this, look in the corner, not able to get the kill though. Now all down to Kaze. 1v2, who can still pull this off? But the bomb has been ticking for a while now. Kaze with a P250, what could he possibly do? And tag so low. He gets a shot on Carry Bob. I don't believe it. As Kaze and Nami down to 32 points of health. What's he gonna do here? Kaze playing so perfectly. Time's running out. Nami, he's gonna try and stick it through the smoke. No, he's not trying to fake him out. And Kaze running in through the smoke. There's no time. There's no time. And MVP.karnal out of nowhere, pick up the round on, well, pretty much a YOLO buy there.
Kaze is a monster, playing that time so perfectly. That swing out with the P250, that is dirty play.
Carry Bob should have got that kill.
Yes, 100%. That's insane. Absolutely insane. So the scoreline is 4-2 right now. MVP.karnal getting themselves back into this one, and that was probably a nice little revenge back and forth between Kaze and Nami then, making the most of what went down before. Now Nami's the one on the glass cannon, having to deal whatever MVP.karnal throw at him. And look at this quick play again.
Breaker.
They are just going straight into this.
Now, that's the thing with Risky Game I've noticed in the past as well. They tend to get a little bit advantage. And the second, this happens to most of the Asian teams, by the way, especially you'll see this with Tai Lu tomorrow if they play, is going to be that when they lose against an eco round, like what MVP.karnal did there, they tend to just go YOLO mode, like just force it up, not take a breather, you know, all right, boys, we just lost a round, it's okay, we can bring it back. But meanwhile, when I'm rambling here, Risky, looks like they are going to bring it back. Kaze alone, is he going to clutch it again? Oh, spots a man out.
Oh, surely not. The Molly's gone out. They know where he is, but they're giving him a touch of run debris, which makes me nervous. But Cat cuts it in half and has none of what he has to offer. So Risky Gaming keeping the advantage here on this CT side. Now, looking at Train, I see this is the thing, right? If this was maybe a European game, an NA game, you know, anything along those lines, you kind of have a scoreline in mind as to what you'd expect to a degree. Like, how much can that T side pick up? How much can you let them get away with here?
To be very...
But it's hard to judge these two teams, right?
I know these two teams, but on Train, to be very honest, as harsh as this may sound, it just seems like the team who's playing more sloppy is losing right now. And all the rounds they've won, it's not because of any sheer, you know, great play, except for that clutch by Kaze. Apart from that, it's just been sloppy play for MVP.karnal that's cost him so many rounds. And again, Risky Gaming as well. You know, unnecessary wide peaks, not really going for the trades, not setting up some decent crossfires. So it's kind of sloppy so far, but I think it's because it's Train. I really don't see Train in Asian Counter-Strike, rarely.
Yeah, looking back when we were even just looking through the VODs of some of these teams, you know, it's Inferno heavy, a little bit of cash in there, a little bit of overpass, sometimes a bit of cobble, but one thing I never saw was Train. So already we've seen that MVP.karnal do have some T-side play. You saw that wall of smoke coming down towards A, we saw the B plays, but I don't know how much they can embellish on that. I don't know if they have, you know, a little more to go to, but it does seem as though they're going to try and go for the swing out on towards A, get that bomb down as best they can. And actually, Kaze has been allowed a lot of room to breathe then. He does get put down, but in the end, he did get relatively close, but in theory, this should be all but over.
Yep, a flawless round for Risky Gaming. They needed that. They needed to build a little bit of economy here. So 6-2, Risky Gaming. Well, this is interesting. Loser, there's an elimination game. Loser goes home. And, well, if Risky Gaming make this happen, I am going to be extremely, extremely impressed and surprised. But, honestly speaking, I didn't see how the map veto went. I'm just so shocked Train got through because I really have no clue how these two teams play this map. I just know the tendencies on you know, like how MVP.karnal, for example, very T-side oriented team. They do have a decent CT side, but the T-side is what really makes it work. And right now, they just have 2 rounds. I don't know if that's going to be a great start for them. Meanwhile, what do you think about this buy? This is ugly.
It's unique, to say the least, but I did like what they did, the little kind of boost up in pop where you can just about see above the smoke. If you break the windows almost, you can just see above there. I remember Anders going wild about that quite some time ago. So it seems as though they are certainly up with some of the kind of more nuanced plays onto this map, or the more nuanced spots. It's certainly not an unknown matter, but as you said, or you're referring to, this buy, I don't know how I feel about Scout, Full Armor, Galil, kind of... yeah, it's like you were saying earlier, they do just like kind of going in on pretty much forcing up everything right now, and it does seem a little bit sloppy. It does seem very risky, and eventually you're going to start dwindling in money and certainly in players at this rate. Down to 2 now.
Things just falling apart. Great use of mollies on the inner side, just stopping the push early on before they're even able to make a play. And then Nami with the op shutting down the last man Kaze. And Risky Gaming, well, looked a little shaky earlier. They were winning a few rounds by the seat of the pants. But MVP.karnal so early looking so desperate. They didn't have to go for the previous buy. Look at the money right now. Not that great at all for the Malaysians.
Not too surprising.
Tactical pause. They need some tactics at the moment right now. Because I haven't seen anything. I've been kind of praising MVP.karnal all this while, saying, you know what, they went through the toughest stage of the qualifiers and whatnot. They impressed against Chiefs. They should have had that map, to be very honest, but Chiefs really, you know, holding on to it at the very end. 16-14, quite commendable. And right now, Risky Gaming, impressing me at least.
No, I can't agree more, if I'm honest. And looking at what Risky Gaming are buying up as well, you said they have a lot of proficient AWPers. Predominantly, you do see, or we have seen at least Nami during this event being the man at the forefront with that one, but we do actually have one coming in on Breaker as well. So hitting up the double AWP, something that actually broke MVP in their earlier game. You saw them on Inferno, you know, the risky purchase coming out from the likes of Top Gun. and it swung it in their favor. It was a little bit of a, you know, break of the camel's back, but still, looking at Risky Gaming, their economy is pretty healthy, to be fair. Even after this full purchase, they're looking pretty well set so far. And I'm going to be really honest. I thought MVP.karnal were just kind of coming into this and having that kind of blasé confidence, right? Just kind of going, we got this. Let's go super aggressive. Let's just make the challenges. Don't worry too much. But to be fair, their pace just seems completely off in comparison to what we saw in the earlier games from them, where they seemed a lot more composed, you know, relatively structured, still with that dash of aggression and kind of, you know, those crazy plays. But this just seems unbridled at the moment.
Indeed, and they're not trying anything special to counter Risky. They're just trying to go for the, you know, wall-to-the-wall sort of play.
Yep.
And come on, you got to give a little bit of respect to your opponents. Risky Gaming, they're not trying anything special. They're just using the Molotov at the right time. Some nice trades coming in. And, well, they're just going to go for a fast push by the looks of things into the inner, trying to fake it out while the bomb is going to be rotating all the way over to Ivy, where they have Kit waiting for them. It's spraying to the smoke, trying to get lucky.
Not going to find too much just yet. They are just waiting this one out. That smoke's going to dissipate soon enough, and Nami isn't far away. Bearing in mind, Carry Bob and Breaker are both playing that B site, so keeping maybe one more player than usual towards B, whereas Risky's going to readjust. Nami's now holding that one down with the AWP. I wonder if they're going to expect what's coming their way. Still 1 minute left. Nami, if they just hold this angle, they've still got the molly, they've still got flashes, they can move back. I just don't see there any reason for Nami to move right now. There's nothing pulling him away. He knows.
I'm a little surprised that Archop and Case haven't made any noise whatsoever, and Nami not able to get the kill, though. Goes for another shot, and he's going to be able to get the kill. Actually, it's going to be Kit coming in from behind, going to pick up the easy triple kill, and complete shutdown there. I don't know what MVP.karnal are trying to. I really thought they're just trying to go for at least a basic fake into the B side. Maybe one guy, you know, try to thin out the defenses on the outer bomb side, so they can probably go for an Ivy play, but just walking out into slaughter, just... I don't know what's happening right now. This is just weird. And look at the money in Risky Gaming. It's like the back of Abu Dhabi. Kind of apt, considering they're from the UAE.
Right, let's see what they can do. 8-2. It's starting to get a little bit worrying now. These sort of scorelines is when you start paying attention, especially when you're coming into a buy like this. And K's missing the shot. That is something I'm not used to having to say. Now, Carry Bob has been an absolute beast on B. I am so glad to be able to see him finally coming into a real forefront sort of spot here. And he's going to go for more. If he gets the right angle here, he's going to spot them out and have the advantage. Takes down another, looks for his third. Can he get it though? Eamon denies it. But still, so much information gathered. The rotate should have already come in. It's a little slow from Risky. Even just to commit one player over there. Normally Breaker was there with him if he had that AWP, but no. Left him all alone. And now suddenly maybe MVP could pull something together. They pulled Kid across, and there's still 3 players over by it.
And if you look at Havoc, he's pushed in all the way back here. And, this is trying to eliminate all the possibilities of MVP.karnal potentially falling back to the A side. It looks like they're going to be committing to the B side here. And that missed shot by Kaze, I think it's pretty much the story of MVP.karnal this entire game.
It really does seem like it. Now we are at least seeing the T side out on the side, but Breaker already making his way through pretty early on here. Kid is still very near to that side. The plant may come in, however, I don't think.
But right
close.
Oh, what was that, Kid? Better be taken by Xavier, making it a 3v2 here. Is going to be another kill coming in, but Eamon is going to be the last man left alive here. Breaker. Triple kill from the man. Carbo with a double kill. These 2 guys. Like I said, like there is no dedicated operator in Risky Gaming, but in a map like Train, when you have a multitude of players who can pick up, who can use the big green, I mean, that's going to really come into play here. MVP.karnal is just K's, and right now, he just seems to have lost his touch at the worst time possible.
I can't believe this. Like, don't get me wrong, I knew the Risky were actually a good side, but now maybe I'm seeing why Train came out. This is a very different looking side to what we saw earlier. This is a very proficient side. Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with this. And again, back into these incredibly forced purchases from MVP.karnal at the moment. We do have the all back on Case, but he's been pretty redundant with it so far. This time he's going to shut me up by finally taking down Breaker. But still, where's the reply? Kid's found already one of the opposing players, so there's no clear advantage. The tag comes out onto Case, so at least Case will live to fight another day. And look at Havoc, pushed up so close. Wait and see if anyone's going to come down towards Electric from Pop, and still just holding so aggressively.
I'm not a huge fan of Havoc's position there. He's been trying that quite a few number of times, but most of the times he gets taken down without anyone to trade for him. But you know what? You know what they say, like if something's working right now, why change it? It's working beautifully for Risky Gaming as they are slowly, looks like going to be funneling the MVP.karnal players into the inner bomb site once more, where they haven't really found any luck whatsoever. Karabab spots a man out. Not going to take the fight. Beautiful flashbang coming out. But they should be able to get the bomb down in time here. And look at his Karabab is going to get dropped by Archop. Just spraying through the smoke. And what was that shot coming out from Nami to the smoke? Kit finds another one. 2v3 here. And Eamon finally replying back, leaving it down to last man left alive. Havoc against Kaze. 1v1. Kaze down to 17 points of health. And I think Havoc knows exactly where Kaze is.
Kaze doesn't need to peek this just... Oh, Havoc! You absolute animal. I don't know why Kaze peeked like that, but that literally just gave you absolutely anything you wanted. Absolutely beautiful stuff from Havoc there. And we questioned his positioning earlier, I guess. Well, if he's hitting shots like that, he could be wherever the hell he wants, if I'm honest. And 10-2. What an absolutely blistering scoreline from a team that, if I'm honest, I probably wrote out of this matchup. If I looked at the earlier games, I thought, you know what, MVP.karnal played pretty darn good. Not sure what we can say for Risky Gaming on this map, and they've absolutely answered me so far. If they keep this sort of trend up with the scoreline, I don't know how MVP.karnal will come back into this one.
Okay, I mean, I think it's over, to be very honest. I'm just gonna put it out there, because MVP.karnal, all the big games they've won, like even against Immunity back in ES1 Cologne, when they had a weaker lineup. I think it was 13 to 16 when they lost against Immunity. Immunity right now, I think, are the best team in Australia, since Renegades are there. So a very strong team on the T side. That's what they do. They get the rounds on the T side. They have a decent CD side. They try to win those 3-4 rounds which you need to close out the map. But 2 rounds on the T side, MVP.karnal, well, color me surprised. But, well, 10-2. It could be 10-3 right now, because Archop, cheeky play there through the smoke. Gonna find one, gonna get finally drop a 2v4. They can still bring it back, Risky.
Certainly could if Nami's going to be doing that now. The bomb is actually looking out towards the A side. It's a 3v2. There's a little bit of utility left towards the CT side. Molly here and there, a flash or two, and Kit's going walkabout to get picked up pretty early on. So this should be all but over now. This should be another round on the board for MVP.karnal. And as you said, if this was any other two teams, or at least any other team on the T side, I said, you know what? That's a fine scoreline. It's still train. It's still a little bit, CT-sided in this one. But as you said, MVP.karnal thrive normally on their T sides.
Indeed, and looking at the money for Risky Gaming, there's that bank there. Like I said, the bank of Havoc, almost at $15,000. They're still going to go for the double up play here. And MVP.karnal, the thing is, if they do manage to win this round as well, they could potentially, kind of semi-break Risky's money, because they won't have that much money going into the final round. They could make this 10-5, which isn't as bad as what I thought it would be at one point. And, well, early kill coming in from Izzet. Gonna pick off Kit.
Kind of doing what they did before with the pop flash. Down Ivy and Nami missing an absolute sitter. Actually, did he tag him?
I have no idea what the shot was. He seemed to have tagged him. Oh no, I think it was Izzet who got it.
That must have been.
Yeah.
Absolutely must have been, but still. Nami aware of the position, but no idea what else may be coming through there now. Karabab, if he pushes up B, you've got a problem, because Eamon is literally behind him now. Couldn't quite adjust on the shot now. Sure, Eamon's low.
But B side right now is completely wide open. Breaker's got to make his way though. Meanwhile, just look at this. Look at the man just looking there. Havoc.
That's the bomb.
Oh, the bomb's dropped. And Nami's got a kill as well. Onto Izzet. But there's Archop to go for the trade. Quick kill coming in from him. Leaving it out at 2v3. Breaker with the up. This man can be an absolute beast when required. He's going to find a kill. It's going to be all down to Archop and Eamon. Eamon internally hemorrhaging at the moment. 9 points of health is all he has, and they're slowly making way. But look at the position from Eamon. This could be the round. This could very well be the round for MVP.karnal if Eamon plays this perfectly.
They're going for it. Nami and Breaker are going to try and make this one happen.
Why not? But 2 ops.
It's not going to be easy. Breaker actually going with the P250, trying to clear close. But as you said, Eamon in a great spot here, just going to pounce from the back, and there's Nami gone, bursting the bubble that Risky Gaming was starting to build, and now 1v2 Breaker's going to have to go beast mode, and with that molly in play, it should be all but done in this one. And there we go. Time is going to run out, and Breaker can do nothing about it. Good recovery from MVP.karnal now, 10-4. This is starting to look like a better T side, not to the extent I'd like to see them at. And as we've just noticed, that money is not looking pretty for Risky Gaming. You hinted at it earlier. That's probably going to break their economy if they don't manage to do anything this round, and there it is.
But they still managed to win one of their first buys earlier on, destroying, I think, the second round itself, taking down MVP.karnal. But then MVP did have, quite a few number of SMGs and whatnot. So let's see. But 5-10, not too shabby at all, considering how shaky they looked. Great play coming out from him in the previous round, playing it perfectly almost. Just with 9 points of health as well. And Havoc, once again, being very adventurous here in outer yard. He's going to spot the first man. Goes for the duel, but not going to stick around here. Caribob lurking close by, trying to use a 5-7. MVP.karnal. Oh, what? Caribob gonna find Archap through the smoke, and things just not quite working out. But Eamon there for the trade. 4v4. Still anyone's game here.
Yeah, but Nami's on the push through Ivy, so Nami knows that this is relatively clear. Now, they're either going to be sitting at the top of Pop, maybe one by main, but he's slowly clearing it out. You can see Breaker now dedicated himself towards B. Now, that CZ has to be absolutely on point. Ideally, he stops the plant. Whatever he can do, this is the time to be doing it. Waiting ever so patiently for this chance, and there we go. Already Havoc's fallen. He has to come up big, and there we go. He sprays with the CZ, he stops the plant. He's buying time, but he does go down. But Nami now is around the back. Maybe, just maybe, he can do something, but they're already predicting it. But there we go again. Can he escape? No, he cannot dash out in time, and there we have it. 10-5 on the half. Risky Gaming taking off to a blistering lead there, but MVP.karnal suddenly rekindling some of that T-side brilliance that we saw earlier.
They did manage to win the last 3 rounds on the trot, so it's a pretty, not bad. MVP.karnal bringing it back there. At one point, I really thought it was going to be 10-12 or 13-2 to Risky Gaming. So let's see what MVP.karnal can bring out on the CD side. Honestly speaking, I really haven't seen MVP on train, like maybe once or twice in the ESEA season 18 Open, perhaps, when they were forced to play train. But apart from that, I really haven't seen them. So, you know what? I could be wrong. I feel they could probably try something special. They do have the aim, like if Archop, Izzet, and especially Case, if these 3 guys wake up, you know, Risky Gaming are in for a world of pain. But let's see what they do have planned here. Risky Gaming, they took 10 rounds against Cyberzen. Pretty impressive achievement if you ask me, considering how Cyberzen completely decimated, destroyed, wrecked Chiefs earlier today. So Risky Gaming already another 10 rounds up.
So we are live into the second half. I know we're not looking at it just yet, but we will be now. And it looks like, once again, that Molly's come out. Nami holding that one down, but is Archap going to be the one holding just those corridors towards B, looking for those early shots, but backs away. Now, Risky Gaming going to have to come up with the goods here. Let's remind ourselves, this is the elimination game from Group A. They have to do this to stay in this one. Same for MVP.karnal. Their T-side started to look a little bit better towards the end. And now they have to really pick up the slack. You see Caribob dropping down the smoke. It's going to place itself just to view.
It's pretty much the same thing MVP.karnal tried the previous on their pistol round. But the difference is, Risky Gaming, they have Breaker playing very, very passively over in White Halls. And here we go. Push coming in. They should be able to get the bomb down here. Archop trying to go for the shots. Not going to get it. Havoc's going to get open and kill, but Archop replying back very quickly. Leading now to a 4v4, but the bomb has been planted. And they do have to get on Eamon.
And they have Nami as well with the support play up on the top of B. But now Nami has to play this perfectly. Molly's still in hand, and they know that. They're looking for that. Eamon is considering this. He has the kit. Fakes it out. Nami puts down the Molly straight away. Case takes down Breaker. It's down to this 2v2. Molly's still burning, though. There could be time for this if they're not careful. And look who's on the bomb right about now. The defuse coming in. And Nami hits the shot.
Denied.
Just about in time, and there we go. We know how this one ends. Nami doing the real dirty work again with the Molly, and that sort of play, and this time it works out well. Risky Gaming picking up that first round in the second half.
There's some very back and forth trades happening there on the inner side. But then MVP.karnal, that was a good idea for them to stick it, but maybe a little too late perhaps. Kind of heartbreaking for them, honestly speaking. But let's see. Risky Gaming, they're gonna be going more for rifles here. A couple of SMGs, an Uzi on Risky, P90 on Breaker. But a decent amount of utility as well. And for MVP.karnal, no surprises here. They're actually, no, just gonna go for the P250 buys. This is the Scout on Case.
That's a lot of damage coming with the Scout. Actually, Breaker, Nami, and it was Kid actually a little bit vulnerable here. Those deagles can suddenly start doing a lot of work if you're tagged up. However, it's Caribob on the swing out towards Eamon, then leaving just one man standing.
Archop could still pick up a couple of kills if he's a little lucky, plays this right, do a little bit more economic damage over to Risky. Bear in mind, they have invested a lot in this round as well. And MVP.karnal, they just had the Scout and Armor on K's. The rest of them just had, I think, one deagle and a couple of P250s. Yep. So MVP.karnal just going to be going for probably the double eco, go for the full buy and try and bring it back from there. But it's going to be 12-5 at Risky Gaming. Just 4 more rounds for them. Here comes the hunt.
Didn't get the kill in the end, Nami does, but still, another one on the board here. So not too surprising. As said, you know, there was only the scout, there was only maybe a deagle or two, a couple of P250 scattered around, so a very light investment from MVP.karnal. Got it relatively close, couple of tags. If they'd been, you know, followed up by maybe a deagle in the right place, could have been a little bit more costly, but not to be the case. We are seeing the SMG still out to play the P90 and the MAC-10. Hit with that, and Breaker, of course, sitting up on the P90. A hell of a lot of utility. Hopefully just be able to clear those corners. Don't take it for granted. Very cautious on this, and actually Kit is just going to fly around, and look at that damage coming through. Two just fall right back to back, but will they expect the stack here? Still two players on B.
Look at Eamon and Xavier, like, they're barely alive. Is it's going to go down as well? This should be a flawless round coming out from Risky. The great start. Breaker jumping and just gunning. Last man left alive. Breaker picking up a double kill there. And almost a flawless round from Risky, barely giving up any health as well. 13-5, and now MVP.karnal now. It's do or die right now.
Wonder if Breaker's going to sit on the P90 as well. No, he's going to go up. Okay. They just want to close this one, it seems. But, all right, as I said on the other side, K's now back on the AWP, another big factor. No chance for a double up early in this one. MVP.karnal are going to have to take that a long way before they can even start considering that one. But there we go. Nami's back on it as well. This is going to be a big round. 3 heading down towards Ivy. Breaker and Carry Bob testing the waters elsewhere. But this is certainly going to be a tough one to kind of deal with. I think it's Eamon who's actually holding Ivy right now. The bomb is yet to show as well. Nami letting a couple of shots ring.
There's an Eamon's presence over an Ivy early on. And Eamon just playing it safe. Do have a couple of kits. They got a few smokes. The fact they don't have that many mollies kind of worries me for the CD side. Archap, the only man with the molly. And I like what Risky Gaming are doing, is spreading out. They had 3 men over in Ivy, but they're slowly falling back, taking the time. They just need 3 more rounds, you know? They don't need to do anything hasty. Don't give MVP.karnal an inch, because these guys will take a mile. Right now, slowly falling back again into the inner bomb site, and where there's just 2 men waiting for them. Of course, is it an Archap. Very, very slow run coming up from Risky Gaming. Like I said earlier, kind of a Navi-esque playstyle, which Risky usually showcases on the T side. Usually, you know, it works against the lesser teams. Let's see if it's going to work against MVP. Here we go. Smoke's raining in.
Yeah, it's always that 40-second marker. If you're a Navi fan, you're used to seeing that one before you see anything else happening. But this is all a ruse. You look towards B. That bomb is certainly nowhere to be found, and actually, Archap is going to just shut down Carry Bob. That is the one man who's the bait. The tasty, delicious bait is gone. Now you're going to see the pinch towards A. This is what they wanted. Risky just trying to pinch towards A, and actually Breaker's found one. Havoc finds another. It's not gone too badly, but it is now just Havoc alive, 1v3, and with only 10 seconds left, desperately trying to get that bomb down, fakes it out. Oh, on the swing out, even gets picked up, and Havoc looking for more. He can't do anything about it. 2 stay alive for MVP.karnal, and the round will be this.
And MVP.karnal winning the first round on the CD side, 13-6. That's not too bad. I mean, the money right now on Risky Gaming. Oh, okay, this is... They're just going to go for it. Just going to go for the full buy here. And try and close it out. Let's see what they're going to try. MVP.karnal, they just lost a couple of men in the previous round, so they do have some economy. Eamon with the UMP. Okay. Oh! Breaker, aggressive peek. He's going to take down Archap, and that's the inner bomb side completely open. It's just going to get reply back, though. Picking up a quick double kill. Going to get a triple kill. Yes, he is. Izzet single-handedly going beast mode at the moment as a man. And as Breaker down 24 points of health. And Izzet is just looking for more Nami, though. Look at where he is.
Breaker's already on the way out. He's rotating as fast as he can. I should Nami in a great spot, but Eamon's already started to maybe consider this as well. It's not over yet.
It's not over yet, indeed, but Case, does he... Oh, Nami.
Timing.
He's just playing this so well as well. And Eamon will spot him out. He's not going to get the kill, but now Nami's going to announce his presence, and there is a man waiting down. There's going to be Case, and he's going to catch him out. Breaker, last man left for life. He should be able to get the bomb down. But I think that's all he's going to be able to do here in a 1v3 against Case, Izzet and Xavier. This round was all Izzet. If he didn't get the triple kill, which he did in a bomb side, it would have been a risky game. That pick in a lower was
perfect.
so fast. I think that was Archap. He had no chance whatsoever. So 13-7, MVP.karnal to bring it back, and well, the money for Risky Gaming. This should potential like light armor pistol buy. Try and go for the bomb plant, maybe a couple of smokes. There we go. A few Tech 9 armors coming out.
Not too surprising. And the double AWP is now into practice for MVP. Something we said probably going to be featured later down the line if they get enough rounds for it. And to be fair, though, there was a lack of communication even in that last round. Both of them smoking in towards Connect, and then no one smoking off train 3 and just kind of like leaving it open at that point. It was a little bit half-handed and maybe a little bit rushed, but we are seeing that real early presence and real aggression heading over towards that B side. And so far, minimal damage done. Presence certainly noted, but no one overly rotating here. He's still got K's pushed down Ivy, and everyone taking their time.
And Risky. If they wanted to make a move, they should make it fast. They do have 3 smokes, so they should, at the very least, try to get the bomb down. And considering they have a man that's Karabab is just looking near pop dog, watching for potential flank. This is one very surprising thing what MVP.karnal noticed. They are usually a very adventurous team. Like we saw Risky pushing in from Ivy a couple of rounds as well, getting some information. Right now, MVP.karnal, they're playing it so safe. I understand, you know, you guys are behind by like 6-7 rounds. But playing so passively, so conservatively, that's not your play style. You're trying to play like a different team altogether. I don't think that's going to work out for you. But here we go. The push going to be coming in, and Izzat's just waiting there with his great.
He just whipped the shot like mad. What the hell was that? A whole clip, and he hit.
You got one guy, that's it. Oh my god.
Jesus, that is not the round you want to be dropping. And still 2 players alive here, Kit and Havoc. Molly still in play, but not in the position they'd ideally want. Maybe they can buy a bit of time here, but Kit with the Deagle looking to do some damage, can't get it done, and now 1v3. Havoc has to wreak it, and he can't do it. Close down comes in, and time is certainly with the CTs for this one. And Eamon
was down to 3 points of hell. If he had got that kill in Eamon, it was a 1v1 against Case, and Case had the off. Close range battle. It could have definitely gone Risky's way as well. So very, very risky round there for MVP.karnal. I don't know what the hell happened to Izzat there. That spray was horrendous.
It was horrific.
It's worse than I am. I'm pretty bad.
Alrighty, back into this one. And another AWPer coming out then for MVP.karnal. I knew they're risky.
All of them come off, but I think Izzat is a better AWPer than Archer, while Case is the main primary AWPer. And whoa, that peek from Case, but he's going to get caught out. This break through the smoke, he's going to stay alive. And what was that? Nami through the smoke.
How did they just do that? I don't know how Case was alive for so long. I literally, none of that just made sense to me.
How many kills has Nami got through the smoke so far? I think we have a new season of X-Files coming out. I don't know, some ESP Case called Mulder and Scully right now, because that was, I think it's the 3rd kill I've seen him get in one map with the AWP. But nice trade coming out. Case has been taken out of the equation. The danger man for MVP.karnal. 4v4 here, slowly making the way to the inner bomb side, where they have just 1 man holding forth. It's going to be Archer. 20 bullets on M4A, one of his, and it's got to make it count.
3 players already heading that way. Carry Bob trying to keep their attention towards A. Smoke down, flash towards Bob, but here we go. This is the push, and already Risky Gaming are in. The bomb should be down, absolutely no problem at this point. 4 players alive, well set up for this, and all of the CT side are pouring through the same way. This could get deadly fast.
This is going to be an easy run for Risky Gaming. They don't need to do anything at all. Breaker is going to spot the man. That's Eamon's feet there. And they should be just trying to hold on to rifles there. But Izzat and Xavier just bringing it back real quickly to a 2v2. They still have the time. Oh, and Izzat misses the shot. Flashbang to follow up. They're going to stick this. They're going to go for this. And Xavier. Calm down there, buddy. And Nami. Shoulder peeking out. And this is such a perfect double peek coming out. And Xavier going for the fake. Still waiting, and what is this? No time remaining, and Risky's gonna go. Oh, okay. I did not know what happened that round, but...
Do you remember what we said about who's playing like less sloppy?
Yeah.
I think once again we might have to come back to that factor, because...
This is just a game of misses at the moment. No one's like...
it was ridiculous though. Like Breaker got 1 good kill, spotted the feed out of the opponent. I think it was Eamon possibly, not too sure.
It was Eamon in the bomb side,
yeah. But then he just like ran through smoke, got absolutely trashed by 1 player in CT. But we'll come back to that because Risky Gaming are on 14, MVP.karnal are on 8, and this could get them onto the round that could possibly save pretty much their bacon at this point. And Kit is already banging out there. Nami as well, straight towards the side. We've got 3 left for the CTs, and sure, they're a little bit behind enemy lines here, but by now they should know that pretty much the game is up. Havoc reposition hopefully on this one, and smart play, playing it safe, heading over.
They know exactly what other 2 CTs are as well, and it's going to be, well, map point 15-8, and MVP.karnal 7 rounds behind. Their money is still not going to be that great, and they're just 1 round away from going home here. And, well, as happy as I am for Risky Gaming, I do feel really disappointed for MVP.karnal because they had to grind through it. They had to grind. They actually lost one of their, I think the round of 16 or round of 32, they lost the game against the Thailand team, and the Thai team turns out they didn't have the anti-cheat on. So they had to replay the map, and then they won it.
Jeez.
And then they managed to win 3 or 4 best of 3s in a row. They beat all the, NXL and you name it, like the X-Skyra team and everyone. And to lose in this fashion, not taking anything away from Risky Gaming, but MVP.karnal have been not the team that I know them to be.
The difference even just from the games earlier, but as said, 15-8 now. This is match point. Risky Gaming go through, MVP.karnal go home. That's a big difference at this point. Obviously, the Intel Extreme Masters is bringing out some incredible gameplay, whether it be sloppy or not. At times, it does get the job done. And look at the T side, cautious, stoic in approach, not really needing to rush things right now. And they're just going to be making MVP sweat at this point. They're down to a minute. We know Risky Gaming like to play this slow, kind of methodical play, and we're seeing it again.
They could try and... they should know MVP.karnal don't have that much money, so they wouldn't have that much of resources. So they could try and draw out a few of the nades from MVP.karnal, but they're not going to do that. They do, one smoke's already been used. They just have the 1 smoke remaining. Izzet, they do have a few flashes for, some counter flashes. No mollies, no nothing, just the 1 kid in Izzet. And here we go, smokes raining in. So Risky seem to have a plan here in potentially the last round in this particular matchup. And look at Havoc just running in, but it's got to be K's opening things up, picks up a double kill, carry up, and Havoc reply by real quickly though. 3v3 scenario, and Xavier spots a man out trying to go for the kill, but Havoc finally going to get shut down by K's. K's with a triple kill. This man is going beast mode at the moment with carry Bob with another kill here. K's with the quad. That's 4.
He's saving his team right now. That is literally, he's putting everyone on his back, and now it's down to Kit. 1v2. Bomb in a great spot for him, but he missed the first shot, and now it's all up in the air. He gets to the fuse. Oh, shit! Goes wild. Case